problem here on YouTube. If you like silly butt, then don't even watch this! Hey, Daddy-O!
Okay, here it is, the long-awaited missing video from my channel that I said I would make, but never actually finished it. Well, I guess it wound up being a good thing, because now that Overwatch has released so much more content, I found even more buckets of bitches. Everything is problematic. Everything is pretty depressing right now in the world. It's hard to escape it, so let's just sit back, laugh at some dumb shit, and watch the world burn. Oh, and I read these complaints off in the way that I hear it in my mind. It's pretty dramatized for fun. Probably doesn't represent the real level of disappointment that they feel. So yeah.
In short, this event is a fucking racist mess.
Yellowface, Zenyatta, Winston, Reinhardt, and Roadhog to give them Journey to the West themed skins. These four not Chinese characters are given very Chinese themed character skins. A robot and a monkey accused of Yellowface. Fuck!
Some white woman was given a skin based off Chinese New Year colors, and even worse, a highlight intro where she, a white woman, writes the Chinese character for good fortune. That's my language.
Oh, how fucking dare she learn the most popular language in the world as a
White woman.
From what I've heard from different foreigners living in Asian countries, and they're all
White people.
is that they constantly run into people that are excited to hear that they're trying to learn their language. What's next? Are you going to say that sushi is cultural appropriation? Oh wait, it's already happening.
Tracer, a white woman, was given a highlight intro where she does the Chinese lion dance. The very traditional and culturally important Chinese lion dance. It's a white woman.
Oh, how dare a white woman partake in celebrating the Chinese New Year. No foreigners allowed. And it's funny that they put emphasis on white woman when there are many white people that were born and raised in Asian countries. And for those that moved there from other countries, is it not okay for them to join in on the celebrations? If one of my non-American friends visit me in America during 4th of July, do I smack the fireworks out of their hands, ban them from wearing red, white, and blue, and shield their eyes during the fireworks because you're not from these parts, you best not be enjoying them festivities?
Yellowface, Anna skin, you know. Anna, the dark-skinned Arab Muslim woman from Egypt.
It doesn't say anywhere that Anna is Muslim. There are no official Muslims in this game.
Junkrat, who is not Chinese, has a voice line where he speaks a Chinese, my language, my language phrase for good fortune in the new year, and is decked out in Chinese fireworks, which are actually culturally significant and used in Chinese New Year festivals for a reason.
Oh my god, it's exactly what I just said. Get your damn hands off these fireworks because you ain't from these parts. And the complaints about non-Chinese characters speaking Chinese, it's just fucking amazing. How are you real? This post reeks of troll, but it's real.
Symmetra, someone who's Indian and likely practices Hinduism, if anything at all, was given a Chinese Chi Pao skin, and the skin is literally called Chi Pao, and it's still sexualized because apparently Chi Paos and Chinese clothing aren't constantly sexualized enough.
Of course they didn't change the skin. It's not a legendary, it's just a texture change. So of course they didn't make it more conservative. They weren't like,
yes, let's sexualize Chinese culture.
Anyone looking at this can clearly see that it's just a texture change. No one's gonna actually assume that this is exactly what a Chi Pao looks like. If anything, it's gonna cause them to Google Chi Pao and be all interested in Chinese culture, which is a positive thing. But wait, that doesn't exist because sharing is problematic.
Using Chinese culture as an exotic aesthetic for tons of sprays.
Using Chinese culture to create a Chinese New Year event. Who would have thought? And let me just say, this post obviously goes way too far. I love the taste of that sweet, sweet low-hanging fruit. It's just too funny to pass up. And while I disagree with the people screeching at Blizzard over dumb shit like cultural appropriation, while they're trying their best to be inclusive when they don't have to at all, many of the more respectful critics shouldn't be grouped with this idiot from Tumblr. However, to the more respectful critics, I do hope that they have taken into account tangential learning, which I'll get into in a bit.
This is whitewashing. I am angry on behalf of all the colored people out there. They would be very offended if they saw this. How dare you, Blizzard?
Vampires are dead. She's supposed to look dead. That isn't even white skin. This is white skin. Fuck.
Symmetra trivializes OCD.
Okay, this one is gonna be quite the read.
Where her backstory does fall down is a whole lot of fucking ableism. And sure, it's obvious that it's at least well-meaning ableism, but there is a whole lot of hinky mental health and neurotypical stereotyping going on. Again, according to the Overwatch wiki.
Symmetra may be on the autism spectrum as implied in A Better World. In it, she says it used to bother her when people would ask her where she fits on the spectrum. Further, she appears to have what could be described as obsessive-compulsive disorder, namely her preoccupation with perfection, such as when she can't resist fixing a crooked picture or how she notices the perfection of a child's face. Traits common with OCD are also associated with autism.
For fuck's sake. First, if you want to have a character who is on the autism spectrum, either do it or don't. Don't say, well, she might be, or maybe not. Because what the fuck is wrong with having a heroic character who is autistic? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. OCD is an anxiety spectrum disorder, emphasis on the disorder. If it doesn't interfere with your daily life and ability to function, then it's not OCD. Being particular about how things are placed or wanting things to be just so, that is not fucking OCD, and it's really shitty trivializing OCD that way. Ugh, bitches. I'm such a good person.
This comment from the article's comments section pretty much summarizes how I see this. Your dissatisfaction for Symmetra's possible autism bothers me because in the real world, many adults with undiagnosed autism struggle in the odd limbo you describe, with no idea what's wrong with them, nor a desire to admit their shortcomings. Symmetra really is autistic. It was confirmed by Jeff Kaplan. Someone wrote to Jeff asking about Symmetra's autism, and this is what he responded with. Symmetra is autistic. She is one of our most beloved heroes, and we think she does a great job of representing just how awesome someone with autism can be.
This is denigrating Hinduism. She's being sexualized.
Her skin is based off of Kali. This is Kali. She is the Hindu goddess of time and doomsday and is often associated with sexuality and violence. As an embodiment of time, Kali devours all things. She is irresistibly attractive to mortals and gods. Yes, haha, so hot. Blizzard's design? Hinduism's design. I wonder which one is more sexualized. Do any of you remember when Hindus went after Smite for using Kali? That was the same guy that's complaining about Symmetra. Back then, they complained about Kali being depicted in a pornographic style. This is Smite's design. Pretty hot, but most of these traditional depictions of Kali I can't even show you. They're so bad. She's pretty much always naked, and lots of them show her raping men, I think, or at least it looks like that. Some of them have what look like severed dicks in her hands, so that's nice. In my opinion, this Kali is nothing compared to them. And this Hindu leader raising concern about Kali being in control of the player rather than just being in the game, I understand that, but complaining about people sexualizing her is kind of silly given how she's traditionally portrayed. Oh yeah, Lucio, you probably didn't expect that one.
He's just super fucking problematic because his core concept was black DJ from the slums who stole things. So you know, what the actual fuck, Blizzard?
This is another case of people not reading the lore or purposely misinterpreting it.
So with all that in mind, it is doubly problematic that Lucio, the only black guy,
this was posted before Doomfist,
is a black guy from the slums. And sure, he's from, I don't know how to pronounce any of that. And sure, he was fighting the man, but the core concept was black DJ from the slums who stole things. And when your go-to backstory for the only black guy who is poor thief, that is super fucking problematic. And the fact that the video games industry is more than 87% white makes all of this even more problematic. So, you know, what the actual fuck, Blizzard?
reducing Lucio to just a black DJ from the slums who stole things. And poor thief is utterly retarded and disingenuous. This person mentioned Lucio's wiki, so they definitely read his lore, but of course they changed it to fit their narrative. Quick summary, Lucio is Brazilian. He's an international musician who uses his music to obliterate the authoritarian control and inspire social change through his music and actions. He grew up in a poor and crowded area that was hit hard financially following the Omnic crisis. He used music to bring people together and lift them up during the hard times. Then the Vishkar Corporation, the one that Symmetra works for but is at odds with, secured a contract to redevelop large tracts of the city. First, the mayor refused them, but the Vishkar Corporation basically killed to get their way, using Symmetra in the process. The people, including Lucio, have been told that the development would improve their lives, but then it pretty much turned into North Korea. Lucio wouldn't stand for it. He stole Vishkar's sonic technology that had been used to suppress his people and converted it into a tool to start an uprising. It worked. They drove the Vishkar out of their neighborhoods, and Lucio's leadership made him a star overnight and a symbol for positive social change. His music career skyrocketed into popularity. He now fills arenas across the world, and he's using the opportunity to make a difference and change for the better. So no, he isn't just some black DJ from the slums who stole things. The fuck? This doesn't really go with the video, but she says this in her article alongside all this other stuff. I just have to show you. It's worth noting that all of that completely ignores the issue of queer and non-binary gender identities. Since the canon doesn't say otherwise, it has to be assumed that all 21 of the gendered heroes are cisgender. Great logic. And this type of shit where they demand representation for every single thing under the sun,
Otherwise, you're not inclusive and problematic.
is something that I do want to talk about in a different video. Overwatch tries way too fucking hard to be as diverse as possible, yet people keep whipping them. Every article that comes out like this, I just picture Jeff Kaplan and the Overwatch team trying to make people happy with their diversity, working on these skins, hoping that people will enjoy them, and then releasing their babies to the world, hoping that everyone will love it. Nope! Cis white males worked on it, so it will never please them. That's Orientalism. I'm offended. On behalf of, hold on, let me find the race. Okay, yeah, so I'm offended for them. You're disgusting, Blizzard. God, I'm such a good person. So we already went over how she's appropriating Chinese culture with her skin and even when she's just writing one Chinese character. But it doesn't stop there.
Mercy's problematic.
So I've written before about how it's really problematic making the character who is coded as Angel blonde. But you know what's even shittier? Making your Angel character blonde and having an alternate skin named Devil and giving that skin black hair. When you tie the idea of good to traits that are white and evil to traits that are not white,
That is racist. Don't make them blonde, because that is some creepy white supremacy shit right there. Yeah, I got him good.
We're living in a time where average rational people are labeled Nazis or white supremacists, pretty much the worst insults you can throw at someone. And even Blizzard can't escape the screeching harpies. Who the fuck looks at this and thinks, oh, black hair, devil, evil, oh my god.
Racist.
It just goes with the color scheme. Why would they keep her hair blonde? They change it to ginger here and purple here. What is wrong with that? And no one owns black hair. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, she's a witch. That's a fucking white person. Just in case you didn't know, magic is not for white people. Blizzard, stop fucking up the cosmic balance with your fake witchy shenanigans. I'm joking, this wasn't an actual complaint directed at Blizzard or this witch skin. I just love this tweet so much. It's so perfect. So I'm sure you all remember this one. Farah's Thunderbird skin and the recolor are apparently racist. And this was bitched about before they even knew Farah's background. They just assumed it instead of waiting for more of her lore to be released like most rational people. They jumped to, that's racist because she's Egyptian and mixed people don't exist. Like at some point I too had to come to grips with the idea that the gaming company who makes great games I like also does fucked up shit. Farrah may be Native American, but if she isn't, what is wrong with her having a skin inspired by their culture? I've talked about my ethnicity in my 50 Facts About Me video. I'm part Romani. I love the culture and I love seeing when people adopt it. Like in music, my favorite genre is electro swing, as you could probably already guess by my choice of my intro music. And within electro swing, I constantly find music inspired by Romani music. And they even admit that it's inspired by Romani music, and I love it. If Blizzard ever adds a Romani themed skin to the game, I would be so fucking happy. And I don't care who they put it on. It's just a game. Blizzard has done a great job with making characters that come from different countries, and all their skins do not need to be PC. Farrah's skins don't have to be limited to her ethnicity. Same with all the other heroes. Like Diva and her cruiser skin, she's Korean, she's not American, and the skin is clearly American. And she says daddy-o, which is American slang in like the 50s or something. Should I be mad about that, or should I just enjoy the skin? This video is already pretty long, so I'm not going to go into detail on tangential learning, but basically tangential learning is the process by which people educate themselves on a topic when it is presented in a context that they enjoy, like Overwatch. This video here explains it pretty well. It's by Gaijin Goomba, and I highly recommend checking out more of his videos. Let's just enjoy games, don't take them too seriously, let Blizzard create what they want, and if they do something you don't like, sure, you can suggest what would be better, but don't go fucking ham and call them white supremacists, racists, and shit on them because many of them are white. Jesus fucking Christ, just chill. Present your critiques without going for the throat with personal attacks, and don't be pissed if they don't give you exactly what you want. There are thousands of people playing with different wishes, but Blizzard should not be pressured to include every fucking thing possible. I swear this stuff makes it so fucking daunting to want to be part of creating a game. Remember the good old days when people just made games and we enjoyed them for what they were, instead of screeching that not all of us are represented here. Fix it, you Nazis. If you're making a game right now, you better release every single fucking aspect of each character as it's released, or else you're not inclusive, you're racist, and you're problematic. And if you don't include every single person and every single identity, then you, my friend, might be a Nazi. Anyway, guys, smell you later.